Today, Precarious plays
Pokémon Colosseum.
I don't think I was properly down on the game before. I am now going to explode. I am now going to expose the many flaws of Pokémon Colosseum. Starting with this one, Spinda is dumb.
No, he's just... He might be dumb. I would be dumb too if I was spinning like that. Look at him, poor fella. What type of... is that? Oh.
Normal.
Oh.
It's one of the great disappointments in the whole series because I love Spinda.
Uh-huh.
But its stats are terrible. Like, beyond terrible. Whatever lies beyond terrible. And it doesn't evolve. Wouldn't it be great if it evolved into, like, an equally silly, but just like a huge grizzly bear? But it was still dizzy and silly?
Yeah, something with more sharp edges and such. Like something more angular and serious looking, like polygonal, but still like flip-flopping everywhere.
No, I just, like, you would just reverse the proportion, so you would have a much larger body.
That was unexpected.
Yeah. You would have a much larger body and then a tiny little head, but he would still be really dizzy. A she, in this case. Well, Sudowoodo can't switch out because of hyper mode. So unless you have a plan, you can't switch out because of hyper mode. I just said that. God.
I'm gonna call him.
You're not a good listener.
I'm gonna call him.
Fine. Call them. Sudowoodo got a whole half of one bar of shadow reduced. The cool thing about Spinda is that pattern.
Yeah.
I believe it is randomized in some way. So the majority of Spinda, they will have different body markings.
That's cool.
Yes.
Sucks that it's not a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, same thing with Sudowoodo, actually.
I think that it punishes people who like cool things. This game.
What? No, I think it punishes people who like cute things. You are amply rewarded if you like cool things. Because Arcanine is cool and is strong. Metagross is cool and is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Tyranitar is cool and strong. Gengar is cool and strong. What?
Who's out here right now?
On their team or on our
On
team?
their team.
They have a Spinda and they have Cacturne, which is a grass dark Pokemon.
Okay.
Meditite would actually, Meditite or Hitmontop should fare well against it. Hitmontop more because of its natural strength and its ability to intimidate.
You look so upset.
Thinking about it, I think that Spinda might actually be like a psychic Pokemon, and I'm misremembering what it is because it keeps using Psybeam. Should probably Shadow Rush it just in case.
What, Spanda?
Yeah, Spinda. Damn it, Hitmontop. What if it Psybeams you? Damn it, Hitmontop. What if I just predicted correctly? Damn it, Hitmontop.
Oh,
that
he's so
actually didn't.
strong.
Yeah, no. Or Spinda's just really weak.
Either way. Doesn't matter. Oh, he might be strong.
Yeah, and Swablu's gonna fly. Hitmontop. You should probably have it fight and knock out Cacnea with Shadow Rush.
Okay, but I have to call him first.
No, you don't.
Oh. I don't?
No, not this time. Look, Dice Camera action is on in like just a few minutes, I'm pretty sure. I think they're gonna do another one.
Okay.
Like, I know that they just had like the Stream of Annihilation event.
I'm fairly sure that they are going to do another one because I'm fairly sure that I saw it on my Instagram.
Nice crit, asshole.
What is with these people critting now? Oh, he stood up. Poor baby.
Meditate them to death, please.
Ooh, it's an one of those magical words.
It's the middle one.
Kadabra.
That's the one.
These three are favorites of mine because they're very cool.
I like Abra the most. I've got to have talked about that on the show before. My wish for a rebalancing of Pokemon as a franchise to increase the usability of unevolved Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Have I?
I think so.
Let me give you the highlight reel just in case. I think that Pokemon is long overdue for just a restructuring of all of the base stats and expectations around Pokemon of all, no, that means it's a normal type because it was super effective, the fighting move. Anyway, sorry. I think that Pokemon would benefit from being adjusted in such a way as to make evolution an option rather than essentially a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the base stats from Abra to Kadabra to Alakazam, they would be much more compact. Statistically, Alakazam would not be that much stronger than Abra. The stats would just be applied much differently.
Mm.
And I think that the general idea, the general pattern is the larger you were, like the more evolved you were, the slower you would become, but you would have superior, attack most often would be my guess, attack or defense in exchange.
Ooh, go Swablu.
Because there are so many Pokemon that they don't matter. Yanma should be fine. There are so many Pokemon that just don't matter because they're just babies.
Yeah.
For example, in the first generation of Pokemon, when there are technically 151, I'll go ahead and I'll include Mew. There are 151 Pokemon to choose from. The actual number is far less. For example, the first 9 Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, are actually just 3 Pokemon by the end of the game.
Yeah.
By the end of the game, you've discarded 6 out of 9 of those. Mm-hmm. Because the only ones that you actually care about are Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. So you only care about those Pokemon. And it's completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why they haven't fixed it. And I say fixed with full confidence because I do think it is a bunch of broken bullshit. I've been using bullshit too often. It's because I'm tired. I'm very weary today because of that Fallout situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to prep some better foul language.
You know what would be a really cool Pokemon?
A Pokemon that is representative of the vacuum of space?
No, a dragon Pokemon called Thesaurus. Like Thesaurus. Is he a dinosaur?
Okay, but only if
a dragon-type Pokemon called Thesaurus.
Only if it knew, what is it called? Chatter? I think it's called Chatter. Only if it was built around using vocalization type moves and word moves.
Like it could do sing.
Exactly. And hyper voice. Or it would be cool if it had a unique move, a signature move that would change the target's type into an associated type.
Give me an example.
You could turn water into ice.
Oh, yeah.
You could turn ground into rock.
What about fire?
Maybe you could get a little weird and
I mean, this is Pokemon. You can always get a little weird.
turn fire into electric, maybe. It's a bit of a stretch, but it works for Avatar. It could work for Pokemon. Hunter Weeg. That's how I'm choosing to pronounce it.
Not Weeg.
No, it's Weeg.
No, it's Weeg.
It's Ouija time! Shut up! Ouija time!
Hunter Wedgie. You know what?
Just keep an eye on Hunter Ouija. Don't send out Mischievous. He'll suck it up with his vacuum.
I'm just gonna switch out Quagsire.
Oh, it's good that we don't have Mischievous with us. Or Gengar. Any other ghost Pokemon, or we'd be in trouble.
Yes.
Or Parasect, because he'd probably just jump on them. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not funny. You need to switch Sudowoodo out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just switching. Yanma?
One of the fighting types, I'd say. What? I don't think that I was paying enough attention. Is Hitmontop level 38? Hold on, the
we'll
truth.
See.
Yeah, the truth will soon be revealed. That is a big number.
Yeah.
How did we beat it before?
I don't know.
Well, I guess these guys are level
It was
37.
very
I didn't
stressful.
even 36 and 37. I didn't even notice.
What is that?
Sand Tomb.
Apparently, what is it? Not effective is what it's
Not
it is.
effective, and it lowered a stat that we don't care about for Quagsire anyway. Hitmontop will be pretty cool once he learns something other than Shadow Rush.
Yeah.
He's growing on me. I've never really liked Hitmontop, but seeing him spin around in 3D is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is really cute. I wish he was not so upset about it. Because he's wearing a frown. I know they say turn your frown upside down, but it doesn't work on him. I can tell. He's still upset.
I'll need to take another look at him because I'm not sure what you're talking about exactly.
Camera should pan any second now. What just happened?
It loaded the menu and then did away with it.
Oh, okay. What?
You know,
Grass? Bug?
ground, flying, ground dragon? Ground. I'm pretty sure Vibrava evolves into Flygon, which I think is Dragon Ground. I think that Vibrava is actually the evolution of Trapinch. Am I remembering all of that correctly? That seems insane.
This game is insane.
Bale. I mean, sure. There's something weird about Hitmontop where
Oh, God.
you're right. Even though it ought to look like a smile because it is a frown literally turned upside down, I can tell that it's just frowning. I think it's because of the proximity to its eyeballs.
I think so. Oh, my goodness. We have 2 people that can dig. I'm not super happy about that.
If only we had Magnitude or Earthquake.
Yeah. One day. Right?
Oh, sure, yeah. Definitely. The thing that I'm looking forward to is I'm pretty sure at the end of this section, we will be presented with the opportunity to catch one of the legendary dogs.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Or, I'm sorry, one of the legendary beasts, I think.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they look more like canines.
Quagsire is not sweeping quite like he usually does.
Well, they're pretty high level compared to him.
Yeah.
And don't forget that Surf, its power is divided between both targets. No, knock out Sand Slash.
Yes.
Oh, I should tell you one of my favorite things that's happened in Fallout so far.
Oh, yeah.
I try to avoid doing this, but occasionally I slip whenever a crafting system is available.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
Really?
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sorry. I should have recommended that you surf. That wasn't the best way to handle that situation. That was stupid of me. Especially because now you might dig again. Hitmontop, how fast is Hitmontop? Has Hitmontop been going before Sandslash?
You know, I'm not completely sure because everybody keeps digging and it's fucking annoying.
I would risk targeting Sandslash with Shadow Rush anyway. Yeah, there we go. I thought he was fast.
He certainly looks speedy.
And I like the face he makes whenever he attacks. That's fun. Anyway, I try to avoid just recreating weapons that are iconic in other media and in history whenever crafting and naming is available. For example, I try, whenever I can like make a sword in a video game, I try to avoid naming the thing Excalibur or the Master Sword.
Right.
Stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. But whenever it comes to guns, because there are a smaller number of like mythical guns, legendary guns, iconic individual firearms. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes that's when I will slip and I will make a weapon and then I'll name it after something else, right? Something that I've encountered in my life before. So for example, I have a handgun in Fallout 4, and every time I modify it just a little more to be more in line with my needs, I always reconsider renaming it to the Blacktail or just Blacktail from Resident Evil 4.
Sorry.
Oh, did he just gust you while you were flying?
Yeah.
That is a very specific...
It's okay though.
Yeah, that is a very specific interaction that you don't actually see you don't actually see it come up that often. Mm-hmm. Anyway, good job, Swablu, for living and knocking it out.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You should heal. So, I have to say that my enjoyment of the combat has increased ever since I got it in my head that I wanted to like recreate the DMR from Halo Reach. Mm-hmm. From like the Halo series. So I have this compact rifle that is not, it's merely semi-automatic. It's an automatic rifle, but it has a short-range scope, and holy crap, is it effective! Like I've been tuning it to get it to the point where I can fire it pretty effectively at short to mid-range without zooming in. Mm-hmm. And it can shoot a fair distance away. What number was that?
7 or 8?
You know what? It's probably safest if we just assume that we're going to have to beat all 100 billion dezillion trainers that are on Mount Battle.
Ooh.
And we'll just keep chipping away at it over the next, by my calculations, what? 10 plus episodes, at least?
Chips do sound good. I like chips. But there are sometimes food.
Like Swablu's.
No, Swablu is a not any times, never food. You'll get the Swablus if you eat a Swablu.
I think you mean the Swablu flu?
Yes, it's really terrible. It's basically the same disease you get for cooking or for eating undercooked poultry, where you basically shit yourself inside out. It's really not good for you. I don't recommend it, and Swablu's cute.
No, that's the reason why I'm eating it. It's for the hallucinogenic effects.
Oh, not its purgative properties?
I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna say no.